This man was burned, starved, and abused by the person he loved, and he almost passed away, but he survived. This is the survival tale of Alex Skeel. I do need to give a trigger warning for domestic violence in this case, and a quick disclaimer that I'm just a girl, I'm not a lawyer, and all this information is publicly available. Alex Skeel was born in 1995 in Bedfordshire, England. He and his twin brother arrived premature at nearly 2 pounds each. Alex carried that early fragility into his life with a quiet resilience. Later on, he worked as a football coach in the Bedfordshire area. Later on, in 2012, at the age of 16, Alex met a girl named Jordan Worth. Jordan Worth later went on to pursue a fine arts degree in college and aimed to become a teacher, and at that time, they seemed like they were a cute, normal couple. Their relationship seemed ordinary at first. They were just two college kids. They were young. They were figuring out love. They'd go on walks together. They'd go to the movies. They'd go out to college parties. But behind closed doors, things started to change for their relationship. By April of 2016, when Alex was around 21, he started noticing that Jordan's behavior switched from criticism to control. She told him he couldn't wear certain colors. She dictated how his hair looked, isolated him from his family and friends, even took over his phone and social media, and punished any protest that he gave her with physical violence. The abuse escalated until June of 2017, when Alex's life literally hung by a thread. Luckily, Alex Skeel was rescued from his home. Authorities and medical personnel were called to his residence after concerns were raised by his condition. He was in such a critical state from months of abuse, including burns, stab wounds, starvation, and internal injuries. When emergency responders found him, they immediately took him to the hospital for life-saving treatment. One hospital doctor later said that Alex was about 10 days from passing away by the time medics intervened. He had suffered second and third degree burns, severed tendons, fluid on the brain, starvation, and staggering isolation. But while in the hospital, Alex told police who did this to him: his girlfriend, Jordan. In April of 2018, Jordan was arrested and pleaded guilty to the offense of controlling or coercive behavior in an immediate relationship, wounding with intent, and causing grievous bodily harm. She was sentenced to just 7.5 years in prison, and she was the first woman in the UK to be convicted under the coercive control legislation. During his recovery, Alex began speaking publicly about what he went through, and he became an ambassador for the male domestic abuse charity in the UK called the Mankind Initiative. And he used his story to highlight the abuse that can happen to anyone, regardless of gender. Alex Skeel was in his early 20s when his nightmare began unfolding. He had already lived through serious health conditions as a baby. He had friends, he had family, he was a football coach, he loved his team, and then was stripped of all of that and held and abused by someone who he thought that he loved. He's a survivor, he is a voice, and he is a reminder that abuse is always unacceptable, no matter what form it is in and no matter who it's coming from. If you or someone you know is experiencing domestic violence, there are resources available to you. That is everything I have on this case. I would love to know your thoughts in the comments. I post true crime videos, so if you like that type of content, follow so you don't miss my next video, and please stay safe out there because you never know what's right around the corner.